What's up, Risers? Today I'm going to be talking to you about SuperDraft. That's right, I love this site. And my website, personally, teamriseorfall.com, provides a ton of content for SuperDraft. We have a SuperDraft player pool, priority targets, some notes. We give away these cheat sheets for SuperDraft as well. We have an article covering our top fives. We have projections for SuperDraft with the base projections and multiplied projections on our study hub. I mean, we're one of those sites out there that provides a lot of stuff for SuperDraft specific, and that's why you see our members with the golden microphones up and down the standings. I hope you join us. If you do, next time you go to SuperDraft, go ahead and grab the promo code ROF, deposit match instantly into your account. $25, baby. So deposit 25, you get 25 literally thrown right into your Super Cash account there. So check that out. It's pretty nice. Down below in the comment section, I will have a pinned link for you. Now, let's talk about some news, and then let's talk about some of my favorite early morning picks for that site. SuperDraft's a lot of fun, and I think if you've never done it before, you'll enjoy it. So, Gordon Hayward, Devontae Graham for Charlotte are the two main ones. Hayward is questionable for tonight. He took a real hard fall on Monday. I thought he maybe ruined something in his wrist again or something. Devontae Graham out. Caleb Martin out. Those two guys being out has allowed Terry Rozier to play a ton at shooting guard in a ton of minutes. Had a down game last game. I like it tonight. Gets the matchup against Devin Booker. LaMelo Ball. We'll see Chris Paul. It's always a tough one. Blake Griffin, DeLone Wright, Jaleel Okafor, and Killian Hayes all continue to be out for Detroit. We have seen Saban Lee erupt for Detroit, but we're going to look at some of the other players on Detroit tonight due to the multipliers. LeBron James, Kyle Kuzma, Anthony Davis, Dennis Schroeder. So Schroeder and Davis are out. Both James and Kuzma are questionable. I believe they're both listed as game time. They continue to get listed as game time and continue to play. Kuzma continues to play second role of scoring for the offense. Took 16 shots last game, I think, after taking 21. Here's 21, 16. So he continues to be a decent value, but his ceiling is going to be slightly capped, even though he's got a high multiplier. We'll get there. We'll talk about that. Don't like the matchup at Utah. Tyler Hero, Goran Dragic, both are questionable tonight. So if they both play, then Kendrick Nunn is going to lose a lot of luster for me, and he has continued to be actually one of my building blocks that ends up on our site, which is our cores. I've been putting Kendrick Nunn in here for quite a while, and it's going to be hard for me not to plug in Kendrick Nunn tonight if these two are out. But if they're both in, then bye-bye Nunn, especially if Dragic is in. If Hero is in, Nunn will still play a decent amount of minutes. But if Dragic is back, I mean, Nunn loses plenty of value. Steven Adams, probable tonight, or questionable tonight, I believe. Here's the issue, though. I want to get to this. This is what I care about. San Antonio, they are missing so many players tonight for COVID reasons. And a lot of minute eaters, too. Keldon Johnson, DeRozan. I mean, these guys were playing 30-plus. LMA has a hip injury. So if he's not there tonight, we're missing a mid-20s minutes player. Rudy Gay was playing 18 to 22. Derek White was getting up there in minutes, mid to high 20s. So, and then you got these guys who, end of the rotation type guys, who were getting, 10, 15, 10, 12 minutes per game. And when they're in there, it's just taking away a few minutes here and there for other players. But when you've got all these guys come out, it's like an average of like 111 minutes or something. I was trying to add it up earlier. That's a lot of minutes left over for some of the tertiary players. But guys like Dejounte Murray are going to play an insane amount of minutes tonight. Lonnie Walker, an insane amount of minutes and opportunity. And we're going to look at their multipliers and see if we can take advantage. Kyle Lowry, questionable tonight. Starting to get some trade rumors to see what's going on there. I think they're realizing Fred VanVleet is a fine option at point guard. And then they can just grab Norman Powell and say, you're taking the shooting guard position and you're going to chuck up 12 threes per game, and our offense is going to be better without Lowry. So I think Kyle Lowry is on the block right now, quietly on the block. So let's take a peek at the rest of the players, how we can capitalize on this. We can just continue to go team by team. Rozier, 1.45. I like it. Again, he's got the matchup against Devin Booker. That's interesting to me. All right. Chicago. Wendell Carter Jr., man, he made the building blocks list for Davin Puckle the other night. My personal pivot list on the slate breakers, and he went bonkers. And at 49 points last game at a multiplier of 1.6, he would have broken the slate. That's about 27 points on top of that. That would have been a 76-point SuperDraft score. That's insane. Kobe White. Listen, Kobe White's playing some better ball as of late. Scored 46 points last game, and he left the ball game for a hot second, but he came back in, looked good, was healthy, totally fine. And, you know, if you look at this, he's volatile. Shots are coming up, though. Shots are coming up. Minutes are high. You know, the opportunity is there, and I think there's always a chance for these 74, 54. This would have been, you know, 73 points or so. So the upside is there, and the matchup is right tonight against Minnesota. The Bulls have a 115.75 implied team total. What I will be looking at today on the Study Hub on SuperDraft is when we have the Vegas information. This is yesterday's Study Hub. When we have the Vegas information, I want to sort this category right here. It's going to show me what their average points per game is versus what Vegas is implying their total. Like yesterday, this is the Clippers. Clippers had a Vegas implied team total of 124 points. Compared to their team average of 115 points per game, that means they have an increase of 8 points per game. Their pace yesterday, they had a pace-up matchup, a massive 6.6 possession increase. So massive increase on their average points, a massive increase on their average pace. I want to see if that's going to be Chicago tonight. Chicago's usually a faster-paced team, so the Wolves will have the pace up. But I'm intrigued to see how much higher this is than the Bulls' average. This is always a way that I like to try to identify if there's any players that I like. This is actually why I like Julius Randle a lot yesterday, because I knew that they had a massive pace-up matchup and a massive increase, 5.75 points over their team average. So I was all over Julius Randle yesterday. I'm assuming tonight we're going to get some interesting spots tonight for both the Wolves and the Bulls. So come back to the projections Study Hub and look at that information. All right, Wendell Carter, Kobe White. That's about it there. Everybody else is just a little bit low. Plumlee here, still interesting to me at 1.6. You know, you can see that it's very hit or miss, but his ceiling is up there because of the multiplier. Jeremy Grant, I'm not on. I'm just not there, friends. He was in play way back here where he's 1.6, 1.7, you know, but at 1.3, Jeremy Grant, hard-pressed to see him get where he needs to go. Saban Lee, though, I am interested in. All right, he had a 65-point game and then a 70-point game using the 2 times multiplier. They need someone to score. He continues to score. He's playing well, and he's getting steals when he's in there. So I like this. Saban Lee at 2 times multiplier. Yes, sir, I'm in. Give it to me. DSJ got the start again last night. Didn't much. Nothing with it. Svi Mikhailiuk was somebody I was watching last night, wondering if he's going to get a lot of burn with Wayne Ellington out. Ellington's going to be back in tonight. That doesn't take me off Saban Lee too much. They still think they need a point guard, but I think that takes some of these guys out of the rotation a little bit. Like Svi will get a few less minutes. Rodney McGruder maybe not get any. All right. Sliding down to the Lakers, and when you look at the Lakers, there's just not a lot to like right now, other than the ones I had already clicked on. You know, we had already talked about these guys, so I should uncheck these guys. LeBron James, you know, he was one that we talked about really liking, and that was about it. All right, let's go to all pool. Lakers. I think LeBron is really the only guy I'm on here. Even Kuzma, I'm not on. Not in this matchup. You can give me LeBron. But even at the 1 times multiplier, might be a guy that I just don't choose tonight, truly. And I find different ways to get off him. Butler here at 1.15 Toronto. I like it. Butler's been phenomenal floor-ceiling combination. The 1.15 multiplier does take a little bit of the excitement off of him for me, because I don't know if he just has the ceiling I want at that multiplier. If both Dragic and Hero are out, give me Kendrick Nunn, who, again, is playing phenomenal. And at 1.6, I'm all over that. Look at the minutes he has right now. Fantastic. So pay attention to the injury report with Hero. I do like Ricky Rubio a little bit, but his minutes have just not been there for me. I do like the matchup. Somebody here is going to pop off. Chicago gives up a lot of points. Is it going to be Anthony Edwards? Is it going to be Malik Beasley? I have a feeling it's going to be a Beasley night. Ricky Rubio kind of shocks in these little spots too. So I'll be paying attention to both those guys with our final projections today to see what they look like. All right. Pelicans, let's slide down. We have Ingram, Zion, Lonzo. They're all in play for me. The multipliers are nice for every single one of them. I'm off of the rest of those players for sure. And I want really nothing to do with OKC. I suppose SGA is in play, but at 1.15, similar to Jimmy Butler, it's just going to be other players on the slate with a higher ceiling because of a higher multiplier. Like, give me Chris Paul at 1.25. Give me Devin Booker at 1.35. Much higher ceilings, in my opinion, because of the multipliers. DeAndre Ayton will likely pop in a optimizer today because of that multiplier projection of 1.35, but he is just not the piece right now. Although they're playing Charlotte, that's an interesting spot. Implied total 117. Bigs have crushed Charlotte. Bigs have crushed Chicago, as we talked about them a little bit earlier. Here's where I think your money is made tonight. Dejounte Murray's going to play a ton. I'm talking, listen, when we get 36 minutes, 30-plus minutes from Murray, it's always good things. It's these random games where he gets 24 or 28 minutes and just does not have enough minutes on the court. But when he's getting the time, Murray goes ham, and I think he's playing as many minutes as he can handle tonight. Lonnie Walker at 1.85 is interesting. I think you'll see, something like this, 32, 34 minutes, 12 to 14 shots. Should have a decent floor. He's so scoring dependent. I'm not entirely sure he has much higher of a ceiling. I mean, heck, if you had a game like this, 30 minutes, 34% usage, 19 shots, this could be a type of return, 74, 65. So he needs to be included in your player pools for sure. LMA I actually really like too if he plays. I think he'll play a lot of minutes if he does. If he doesn't, though, it's Jacob Poeltl here. You can plug him in. He's going to play a lot of minutes. He's got a nice multiplier up there at 155. But that's only if LMA is out for me. Guys like Patty Mills, I mean, even if he plays 30 minutes, he's got to make like 6 3-pointers to hit value, so I'll pass. And last two teams here, Toronto and Utah. Van Vliet in play at 125, Siakam 1.2, Powell abso-freaking-lutely at 1.7. Look, this is what I'm talking about. Like, do they need Lowry right now? I don't know. Powell looks like he's actually in a perfect role, and with Van Vliet just running the offense, it's just it's looking smoother. So, I mean, Van Vliet's getting a lot of assists as well, shooting a 3 from the outside. OG looks healthy, by the way. OG does look healthy. Interesting if he gets a higher multiplier here in the future. But for now, it's just these three, Powell, Siakam, and Van Vliet. And let's slide down. Utah, for me, it's just these two. It's Gobert and Mitchell. Both of their multipliers are not really that high, but I do like D-Mitch. No one's going to be able to stop him on L.A. Now that they don't have Schroeder there, their only defensive player at the guard position, and then like Rudy Gobert is going to rack up 12, 13 rebounds tonight against the Lakers. I mean, he had 10 plus in 5 of the last 6 games against LA. Now there's no AD there, and if you look at the last few games, the Lakers are giving up a ridiculous amount of rebounds. A lot of offensive rebounds, too, which Gobert excels at. So I do like Gobert a lot tonight at 1.25 multiplier. If I were to put together like an initial lineup, it would look something like this for me. So I'm going to do this. I usually do this through FC because, by the way, all of our members on our website, all of our members get $20 to Fantasy Cruncher. So we have hundreds of members that are using Fantasy Cruncher Nightly because of this $20 discount. So, like, of course, I don't hand build. I use my projections, I upload them in FC, and I build the lineups. All right, so probably start with Wendell Carter Jr. It's hard not to. From there, guys like this, Zion, Siakam, I like that they have such consistent production And every once in a while, they hit those really, really big games, and they can go just bonkers. You know, a guy like Horford's interesting at 1-4 tonight. Yeah, let's do that. Siakam, Zion, building block forwards. You know, because here's why. Like, when you look at them, I mean, it's constant. It's like a bad game. And by the way, this is not multiplied. That's crazy. These are just like his raw fancy points. 40, or 39, 40, 44, 40, 40, 40, 40, 38, 38, 49, 52, 55, right? And then multiply that by 1.2. Every single one of those scores. Like, he's just so safe, right? The ceiling will come on those random massive games. And then same thing here. These are the games without Lowry. 51, 51, 45, 51. Now multiply that by 1.2. It's just, you build yourself a nice high floor. The ceiling after that comes from the multiplier. You hope they hit their ceiling in that game, and then you're rolling in the money. Dejounte Murray is certainly going to be one of my first picks tonight, no matter what I'm doing. From there, it's going to be a tough choice. You know, Devin Booker 135, D Mitch 125, and Van Vliet at 125 as well. Those are all tough ones. Van Vliet probably there. And then those last two spots, I'll let you fill out as you go. Chris Paul 125 is a nice one too. And then you always got these random guys that can go bonkers. Jordan Clarkson 155, you know, could go for 80 any night. Beasley 1-4, same thing. He's got these random nights where he goes for 40 points, 45 points, and then you got to multiply that by a 1.4. That's pretty nice. Kendrick Nunn, you know, he'll be a plug and play if both Dragic and Hero are out. Powell at 1.7. You know, I might go Powell over Van Vliet. There we go. Probably Powell. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Lonnie Walker, if he's getting the start, and especially if LMA is out. I mean, Lonnie Walker, 1.85, a fine option. There's a lot of different ways you can go. Again, if you want to try it out today, promo code ROF down below, comment section. You guys can grab the affiliate link from Team Rise or Fall. I'll see you at 11:30 a.m. twitch.tv/TeamRiseOrFall for our Fantasy Cruncher Rewind and Lineup Study stream. And then I'll see you again at 5:30 p.m. on YouTube right here. So hit that notification button and make sure that you are watching the stream. We've had hundreds of people tuning in. It's been great giving away free cheat sheets at the end of the stream. So I'll catch you all later.